But first tonight, in the state of California, a man screaming obscenities about the president attacked Republican congressional candidate Rudy Peters over the weekend. He tried to stab him with a switchblade. Meanwhile, here in Washington, police are investigating an angry progressive who apparently threatened to shoot Trump supporters at the Trump International Hotel. The man had a Twitter avatar promoting the Democratic Socialists of America. At the University of Southern Nevada, meanwhile, a sociology professor called Mark Bird apparently became so enraged by Trump that he showed up at school with a gun. He was going to stage some kind of protest. In the end, he shot only himself in the arm, which may say more about his competence than about anything else. That story's sort of amusing, a sociology professor, of course. But the larger trend is not amusing at all. The left is moving from words to action. And why wouldn't they? Their heroes are encouraging it. Here's Congresswoman Maxine Waters of Los Angeles boasting just days ago that she threatens people she doesn't agree with. Watch.
And of course, the lying president said that I had threatened all of his constituents. I did not threaten his constituents, his supporters. I do that all the time, but I didn't do it that time.
Well, you'd think that just a little over a year after a progressive activist showed up with a rifle at a congressional baseball practice to kill Republicans and shot 4 people, Democratic office holders would be wary of talking like this. But they're not. We're their leaders. Nancy Pelosi brags that she will soon be Speaker of the House again, and she may be. Pelosi could do a lot for this country by speaking out against this ominous trend toward violence. It wouldn't take much. Just 5 words. Political violence is never justified. Political violence is never justified. Hold a press conference and say that. Repeat it with vehemence. People would listen. It might even help Pelosi politically. Doing the right thing usually does help politically. So we're going to wait and see if she does it. Lou Dobbs hosts Lou Dobbs Tonight on Fox Business, and he joins us tonight. Lou, am I imagining that this trend is real and it's accelerating?
You're exactly right. And it is deeply disturbing because there is a certain wink and nod that is taking place in the Democratic Party because they are not denouncing this kind of violence. And it is building, whether it's on the streets or whether it is in the University of Southern Nevada, Maxine Waters actually calling on Democrats to confront Republicans in restaurants anywhere they find them. This is we kind of cutely call Trump derangement syndrome. This is far, far more than that. There's nothing trivial about this. This is a threat against our very political system.
So Democrats are joiners. They're herd animals. They believe in the party in a way that Republicans don't. So if one of their leaders, if the potentially incoming Speaker of the House were to say, political violence is never justified, not hard, that would probably have an effect. Will she do that, do you think?
I don't think she would. I think it's too convenient for her. It is too convenient for the left. They are being pushed to the radical. They, being the Democratic Party, are being pushed toward the radical left at the farthest end of the spectrum that anyone in America has ever witnessed. This is a party right now that its establishment is threatened by that leftward push from the grassroots, and by the way, also from the leaders of the Democratic National Committee. Perez, Ellison, these are radical left-wing Democrats, and that is where the party wants to be. Nancy Pelosi would be at once irrelevant and probably trampled by the herd if she even suggested such a thing.
So you're saying that the establishment is afraid of its own constituents. It's afraid of the crazies on its leftward flank.
Oh, absolutely. And its constituents are... The Democratic Party has become tribal in itself. People talk about tribalism within our society in modern America, but the Democratic Party is built up of a set of constituencies that is warring with one another. They don't quite trust each other, and they really don't quite know each other. And the result is it is a party without discipline. It is a party without concurrence about the policies and the traditions and the values of the country that they want to embrace. And right now, they seem to be embracing none of them.
So considering that Democrats could very well win the House, they're certainly favored to win 2 months from right now, it matters, this question, which side prevails? What is the Democratic Party when the smoke clears?
The Democratic Party right now is a socialist organization in the state of becoming. It is not appended to any of its history right now. The issues that matter, working men and women in this country, the middle class, they seem to not give a hoot about those traditional concerns of the Democratic Party, and instead become all about grievance, group and identity politics, and where that leads, I certainly could not discern.
Never leads to a good place. Lou Dobbs, thank you very much for that analysis. I appreciate it.
Great to be with you.